Hello, welcome back to the Daggerwin Multifarm with Freddy. You joined me this morning, just the start of June. Always things to do on the farm. As we can see, there has been lots of upgrades. Upgrades are good. So we've got a sprayer, got crop sensors, got a seeder, planter, we've got chickens, got goats, got a greenhouse, got a bigger water tanker, big trailers, got a truck, lime spreader, many things. More fields are always good. I'll take you on a bit of a tour here. We're over here as well now. I have an extra field up here with some logs. Oh, that's the yarder that we now own. We did have one leased, we now own it, so no more leased equipment, which is good. Another truck with a sawmill, flatbed, forklifts. You can see the other farm's busy at work as well, dropping in, spying on, as I have to do. Joys of being a moderator. Gotta keep an eye on what everybody's up to. But generally, it's all going well. You know, both farms are progressing at their own pace, at their own bits. They're doing their bits, we're doing our bits. Yeah, that's the name of the game. We will win. Who will earn the most money? Time will tell. So, what have we got on? Let's see. Cultivating contract. Ooh, that's horrible. Deadwood, hoeing. That's a tiny little hoeing contract. Jesus. So, we have chickens. They need a bit of food. We have goats. They're pretty much good. Carpentry's working. Sawmill's working. Greenhouse. Look at that. Freddy got a big tanker and suddenly we don't have such a shortage of water. Hint hint, drop drop. So where are we at? Right, canola is harvest next month. Canola not sell. Well, we can sell our soybeans. Oh, somebody's joining us. Awesome. Never a bad thing to have players on the server. Not sure who it is, we'll find out in a minute. Wheat we're keeping, sorghum we're keeping, because that's what we're feeding the chickens with. Canola, this is going to be the last year's harvest of canola, because we are swapping the field over to soy. So this field next year is going to be soybeans, along with this field. The reason for that is precision farming adds a different dynamic. The cost of fertilizer is very dependent, and soybeans don't require it. So they're a nice crop that doesn't require fertilizer. So it's good for us. It lowers cost, which increases profit. Soybeans have always been good for that with precision farming. So we now have two of these. We've got one and the other farm's got one. What that means is both of us can use each other's for price highs. If I'll just find the relevant prefab walls. So we have now got two different prices. Obviously the closest one to me at the moment 128 feet, and the furthest one away at 6,394, which is up here, somewhere around here. So we can sell at theirs, they can sell at ours, which is why it is accessible, which is why theirs is also accessible. Now, it will be a mod rule. We cannot block off access to each other's sell point. So if the sale price is better at ours, we expect to see them in our yard. Now, crop destruction is off, so we are zero issue on that. We won't have any arguments over they drove over our crop and did. No, none of that, because you can't do it. So they are free to use our sell point as they see fit. We are free to use their sell point as we see fit. We cannot block their sell point. They cannot block ours. Same as we're not allowed to block ours, they're not allowed to block theirs. Very simple, very straightforward. No arguments. As you can see, we're mostly grown. The next field we are looking at buying is field 81. But we're also going to be getting a stone picker, because we need one. It's the one bit of equipment really we are missing. But considering, realistically, we have a plough, we have a trailer, we have a mower, we have a sprayer, we have a hoe, we have a seeder, a baler, fertilizer spreader, a planter, a cultivator, a roller, many trailers for carrying stuff around, a combine, 3 tractors at the moment, and various equipment. We're not really in need of much else. So after that field and the stone picker, I think our focus really is going to be fields and tractor upgrades. Speaking of that, is there anything decent in the sale? No. C'est la vie. But we're at 6,000 at the moment. Things will increase. Stuff will go up. Contracts will be done when they become available. So there is nice stuff to do. Always stuff to do on the farm. Like get more water, feed the chickens, move pallets around. Always stuff to be doing. As we can see, guys are busy doing things. Looks like Will's going for the trailer there, so he's probably going to feed the chickens. Awesome. Good job, Will. I did all the spraying work earlier. As you can see from my lines, you can just see there in the render distance me driving around the field. Drove around all the fields, got rid of all the weeds, made sure they're all 100% fertilised and sorted out. You know, they're what they are for it. They're as good as we can make it. A little spot there that's not so good on lime. That happens. Not worried about it. You know, these things do happen. Let's have a look, because I think I'm currently the only one that can accept contracts. Yes, I am. Right, so what have we got? Cultivating, rubbish. Hoeing. It's all really quite rubbish, really. Not very many good ones. Not really a lot to do currently. You know, it's what it is. It's a rare month where, in fact, we have the soybeans that can be sold. That's something to do. So me always saying there is always something to do. I'm right, there is. Let's have a look. Soybeans. Peaking at 1,083, currently going up, so yeah, I'll wait a couple of hours, see if that peaks and go from there. So yeah, not a huge amount. Apologies for the delayed video. My sleep cycle is somewhat messed up at the moment, so I'm just recording as and when I can. I will still be continuing to make videos, both for here, for Derail Valley. Still playing with DCS at the moment, still trying to get my VR working with Derail Valley. So, plenty to do, plenty to be getting on with. Certainly interesting stuff for my channel. Certainly interesting stuff around the farm and busy bits that we're all doing. The work, as they say, never ends. We're literally just waiting time. Currently is buffalo milk. Not buffalo, goat milk. I've not had a look. We're at the bottom of the price range for that, so that really needs to come up. Eggs, we're not, I don't think we're even close to, yeah, November. I have all these written down, but unfortunately whilst I'm recording I can't actually see it. So usually I just refer to my notes and go from there. So, it is what it is. Yeah, looking at prices of fields, we've got a lot of expensive fields around us, but we kind of really need all these fields. My thought on what to do with fields, really, when we start getting some of these bigger fields, I would like to turn 85, 86 into a complete animal yard. Get it away from being an arable field and just turn it into animals. You know, lots of animals. We've got some bees. So yeah. So price wise, looking at 74,000 for field 81, 169,000 for 56, 410. But before before we get field 56, I would look at these two, because they're just, these three, they're just so much better in yield. Though they're pricey, 400,000, 600,000. That's 400,000 field, but it's, I'd get field 10 over field 55. So I'd probably go 81, 56, 10, 43 and 55 on fields. Obviously fields are not the only thing we need to buy, because we want forests as well. But that's 1.1 million. Yeah. Lots of work to do. Guys are busy cutting down trees to keep our sawmill going. Keep the carpentry going as well. There's always bits and pieces going on with that. I'm mainly looking after the arable side of the farm, and I prefer that currently. You know, I actually prefer to do the arable work. It makes me happy. A lot of this, I think, yeah, we got a whole massive section that needs ploughing. Yippee us. That's also why we need the stone picker. So I can pick the stones. I had at least one for doing all the fields and got them all done within a short amount of time last time. But it is what it is. You know, so I'll keep this short video quite short for now, especially as there's not a lot to do, because I'm sure you don't want to hear me rambling on and on. And I shall see you guys in the next one. Till then, take it easy.